Beautiful blessings, everyone. This is Keleena. Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to really quickly share something with you that was just a surprise for me today in my life. So, for those of you that don't know, I have had what you would call walk-in experience, or my guys called it a soul exchange or soul shift. And that happened on January 1st, 2015 for me. It changed my life. And I won't go into the details here, but I have been asking many astrologers, astrologer friends, people that had looked at my charts, can you please look at the date that I actually had the soul exchange experience or the walk-in experience? And they would always give me the excuse that, oh, I would have to go back, a few years, or I have to go back many months to try and figure it out. And no one would look at it. And I knew, because my inner being was like, somebody needs to look at this, because the old natal chart for the version of who I was, I'm not that person anymore. I mean, everything changed. A name that my guides had given to me when I was younger, how they would refer to me as Keleena, I became fully Keleena. I was born and named Kelly, but that version of me is no longer the version of me that is here expanded and I'm going to say fully part of the life, because the physical body still is the container that was created with Kelly, but that higher version of myself came in. It's the higher aspect of myself came in, and I have just recently, within a month, had somebody send me. I don't know if it was, I don't have TikTok. It was some kind of Instagram little short thing that Bashar had said, when this happens to people, he calls it a walk-in. He says it's a walk-in. For me, it's not another soul came into my body. He said it's an expanded version of yourself that is completely aware. And we've been searching all day to try and find that, because I sent it to some people. It's been deleted. We finally found the link. It's been deleted. So somebody had, shared it. But here's what I want to share today. I finally found an astrologer who does sidereal astrology. I don't know how you pronounce it properly. And I had mentioned to her when she was looking at my chart, she had said something about my old natal chart. And I said, is that still applicable for me, since I had this walk-in experience? And she didn't know. She was like, this is an interesting case. I don't know. Because a lot of the stuff on the natal chart does not apply to me anymore. None of it. A lot of it just does not make sense. I'm like, that's not me. That's not me. That's not who I am and what I'm doing. And that's why whenever I'd have somebody look at it, I'd be like, this doesn't feel right. Something's wrong. And so finally, she had done my chart. She came back today and she said, I found something really interesting. And she said, it's going to shock you. And so what had happened is she put the date in. You have to know the date, okay? She put the date in of when that happened to me. And intuitively, because it was literally like overnight, she had put the zero in. Her guides had told her intuitively, to put it at zeros, and for that date. And what happened was the entire chart flipped. And she was like, whoa. And so as she was reading it in this new chart, it's completely who I am right now. It's this version of myself now. It's the magic, it's the healer, it's I have all the clairs, it's so many things, and everything completely made sense. And I like wanted to cry, because I was just like, finally, finally, somebody, listen, it took the initiative to do this. She was so interested and like passionate about looking for for me, and then it also, you know, brought into her own awareness as well that this exists. You know, that these charts, this stuff can happen. So I'm not going to mention her name on here yet because I don't have her permission yet. But when I do, I'm going to, because I said, you know, you can help so many other people that this has happened with. And excuse my hair today. Whenever we have these portals, so solar eclipse portal, my hair is like electricity. So I'm like, oh, I'm trying to get it to stay down. Um, I just get a little water here. So anyways, the other thing with, if you have this, if you have this happen to you, I mean, you just know, I woke up a totally different person. I, memories were gone. They're still hard, right? Like the only way I receive a memory of something, if somebody triggers like a cell memory activation in me so that I can remember that as the other version of myself, that, oh, this happened, I will get that memory. Otherwise, I don't. And then I'll start get the flow of the memory and the information from it. But otherwise, it's like, it doesn't matter. It's not there. It's not congruent to what I'm doing now. And it's so interesting. It's just also fascinating. So the other thing is, people always ask about the NDEs and if this is like an NDE. And my guides have said yes. Even though I did not go through a physical near-death experience, it's still the same thing, because if you talk to the people, I have so many friends that have had near-death experiences, they come back a different version of themselves. They come back totally different. They're more expanded, they're more aware, they know what's going on. And even though the first version of myself that was birth was awake, I wasn't fully expanded. I was going through things as I was living my life, and more would open and expand. And, you know, I saw things as a child. I heard my guides, they talked to me every day. I had the clear, I didn't have the smelling until 2014, 2013, 2014. And the taste around then. But January 1st, 2015 is when I had the complete walk-in happen. So leading up until then, I had so many things happening in my life, with ships over my house starting in 2008, all kinds of things. But everything that I've had to experience is so that I can teach and lead people back to their hearts. And I'm actually doing that in parallel lives as well. I'm leading people back to their sacred heart, to live from here, live from that divine Christ consciousness that you are, and to initiate and then activate those codes in you. Initiate that and activate that Christ consciousness that's in you, that's dormant, because it's dormant in so many people, because they don't understand that we all are this. Okay? There is not one Jesus coming back to the earth. We are all waking collectively to that level of the Christ consciousness that's within us. And when that happens, okay, which I'm going to talk about in another video, as a whole, as a whole upon this planet, all of us together in unity and oneness, raise the levels of vibration and frequency. Every time somebody else awakens to it, awakens to it, awakens to it, it keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And it cannot go backwards. It cannot go backwards. So I wanted to share that with you today. And because it's so exciting, because also those of you that know Julie, who's a volunteer who helps me, and a friend and a colleague, she does the human design. So she, after I told her all this, she went and looked at my human design for that date, and she put the same thing in. And she was like, oh, she's like, this all makes sense now. Everything on the human design chart is exactly who I am now as well. So it's like what? So I know I haven't had a Western astrology person do it. I had the girl who did the sidereal. and I had Julie did the human design. So it's amazing. I'm sharing it because people don't understand you when it happens and you change. It's like another character of yourself. But for me, it was a full and wholeness of completely coming online. And it's all in that new chart now. And I'm exhilarated with it. And I'm also grateful for the people that stuck by me in this, because they saw something in me that they wanted to support me in a way. And like my friends Claire and Julie, so I'm very grateful to them, because it's not when you start to remember more and from the things that get triggered throughout seeing other people, it's not an easy thing. It's not. I literally forgot how to drive. I forgot how to cook. I couldn't even boil water. I mean, I had teenagers I was taking care of. They had to drive for me. So, yeah. So I wanted to share this, and I am grateful for all of you. And I hope you've taken this information um, in a cosmic consciousness way, because a lot of my cosmic consciousness abilities came online with this. All the galactic part of me, the language of light really came in even more powerful. I did it as a child, but then shut it down and it came back. So take this as you will. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm only sharing my experience. Okay? I love you. Many blessings. Maya Nama.